What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Marco Ortiz coming at you. Okay, I just wanted to let you guys know that I got that other pair today. I'm still waiting on one more, so I really want to do a triple Bred review. Okay, 2 retail, 1 unauthorized, 1 UA, 2 retail. Okay, make a long story short, I had a long day, so I went home. I scooped up 2 pairs I had in the crib. I'm at the vault. Okay, I'm gonna shoot this little comparison vid, and then I'm gonna give you a little bit more in-depth vid when I get that other pair. Okay, I just responded to somebody checking out the channel. All right, I'm not gonna mention any names, but the dude basically is telling me, you know, he ain't rocking monkeys, he ain't wearing this, he ain't wearing that. To each his own. Yeah, to each his own, because I ain't telling nobody to rock no monkeys or whatever. You guys want to rock monkeys, y'all want to rock retail, y'all rock whatever y'all want to rock. You guys are grown. Okay, y'all buy what y'all want to buy. Okay, as a disclaimer, I tell you guys that all the time. I ain't trying to hit you all in the head or impose anything on anybody as far as what you guys want to buy or what you guys want to rock. All right, I keep it real. I keep it 100. I keep telling you that. Okay, I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing on my channel, and I keep coming at you guys with the raw content. Okay, all right. So you guys already know how I get down. All right. Shout out to all my new subscribers and my old subscribers as well. Okay, I'm basically keeping my channel 100. All right. I don't care if it's retail, UA, whatever. I'm down for the program. You understand what I'm saying? Because I keep it real. All right. I'm basically telling you guys to stop listening to everybody, and for once, stop being gullible. All right, basically what I'm telling you is that how many times am I gonna show you dudes shoes that got the same damn materials, but you guys seeing it and y'all don't want to believe it? Okay, I don't understand that. I don't comprehend at all, because look, you guys are looking at shoes that the brand, okay, the brand itself is making different versions of. Okay, just to confuse y'all. Y'all don't see that though. Or they're doing last minute switch ups to hit you guys on the head. You know? Right here, I'm gonna be showing you a retail and a UA pair. Alright, the UA pair and the retail is gonna basically coincide to what I'm saying. Alright, first of all, I want to give a big shout out to my man Jordan Carlson, okay, out of Fairport Harbor. Okay, Jordan Carlson out of Fairport Harbor in Ohio. Okay, big shout out to you, brother. The only thing I seen on the left shoe was that what I was looking at on the left shoe basically is that it looked like you did what Scoop 208 was trying to do about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, where he was trying to scrape off that back panel to see if that band X was on there. But guess what? You know, I'm not accusing you of doing that, but I'm gonna show you so you can see for yourself. That was one flaw I noticed with one of the shoes, but it ain't no biggie. I ain't tripping. You understand what I'm saying? I'm basically letting you know what I seen on the shoe. But mad love and big shout out to you, brother, because I told you it would be a smooth transaction. I kept my word, and like I said, I'm a man of my word, and I appreciate you shipping when you went ahead and shipped on the next business day when it was possible. Okay, so like I said, once again, when I spoke to you in private, you know, you got any heat coming in the future, ring me up. All right, I appreciate you, Jordan Carlson. Okay, he's out of Fairport Harbor in Ohio. Big shout out to you, and I appreciate you, because he's a 17-year-old young kid basically that's trying to get put on. He's trying to put himself on. You know, I don't know how long he's been in the sneaker game, but it is what it is. Big shout out to you. You know what I mean? So keep doing your thing, brother. And like I said, mad love for you for hooking me up with that pair, you know, and shipping it when you said you was. So that's always good business practice, and I appreciate you for that. All right, basically right here, I'm gonna show you a pair that I have. This is the right UA to the right, and to the left I got that retail pair. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, I got that retail pair to the left and that UA to the right. Okay, I'm gonna put both boxes together so y'all can see the dimension difference on it, and maybe the color or shade of the box itself. Okay, so as you guys can see, the box, the dimensions on the box and the tint on the boxes is pretty much almost the same as far as the tint, but that retail pair, as you can see, the box is a little tad bigger there. You see that on the corner? I'll read the dimensions to you guys in a minute. All right, you can see the color is a little darker to the left and a little lighter on the UA pair to the right. Okay, that's one thing I spotted on here. Okay, these are the dimensions, as you can see. I mean, the labeling rather. I'm sorry about that. I'll show you the dimensions in a minute. All right, this is the retail to the left. Okay, as you can see. Okay. See all of that? All right, and this is to the right. Pretty much the same. The only difference is the font is a little off, maybe. If you look at to the left, which is the retail, that 11 is a little spread out compared to this 11, and this 11 here is a little darker than the retail over here. You see that? It's a little skinnier, and this one is a little darker and a little tighter as far as it being spaced out together. Okay, so those are the little things that you could notice on the box right away from the labeling. All right, on the UA pairs, you can see you got that quality control, the number 3 with the OK underneath. You got the swoosh on one side. You got the swoosh on the retail here with no quality control sticker whatsoever on this one. All right, this is the other side of the box. I flipped it around. Okay, you got the 13 AJN18 lid, 330 by 235 by 120 on the retail. Okay, 330, 235. If you got over here, you got 330, 225, 120. See, that big difference is that 235 versus the 225. So that's the difference right there on the lid. All right. And then once again, there's no quality control on the retail pairs lid box. This is the dimensions inside the tray. Okay, 330, 235, 120 once again. And this is the size on the UA, 330, 235, 120. So, I mean, the dimensions on the tray itself is the same. They just use the different lid. From what I'm reading up from the measurements, as you can see, they use the different lid sizing. Okay, this is an overview of both shoes. UA to the right, retail to the left. Okay. One thing that you can spot on the UA is that it has that wings logo is shiny. You see that? It's a little shiny compared to the retail. Okay. One thing I want to point out is that I thought on a UA, now that I feel it, it is textured. It's like almost like it's embossed, like a rubber type overlay on the lining inside the collar, on the collar itself. It feels like that rubberized material, but you feel the same thing on the retail. Okay, you feel the same thing on the retail. The only thing is, I think on a retail, it might be a little slight thicker material, but it basically feels the same, as you can see. Okay, they both got that sizing, size 11, 84 for the year, 10 for the month, 18th for the day with that X. Okay, same thing here, 11, 84, 10, 18X. This is basically the insert from the shoe itself. I had tore the right one out from the UA when I was pulling it out when I first got it, because the cardboard was a little flimsy compared to the retail. Okay. One thing you could notice is the design, the print here, or the marking. I don't know if that's something that's a marking from the factory where they came from, or the company that made them. But it's got that arrow and that circle effect for like the recycle type thing. I don't know if that has anything to do with any of the factories or whatever, but everything else pretty much measures up the same pretty much. Okay, on the retail pair, as you can see, on the retail pair, it's a little bit more uniformed up top. Okay, a little bit more uniformed on top. All right, they basically stitched it nice and neat here going across, okay, and lined it up straight to the top on the of the tongue there with the word Nike and the swoosh. If you look at the UA pair, the stitching doesn't come down real low to the label, the bottom here. Had it been like that, it would have lined up perfectly where this would have came down a little there, you know what I mean? So that would have been a little factor that could have been easily fixed. Another thing is that the shoe, basically on the collar in here, it's made out of almost the same material, but on the UA pair it feels like it's a little bit more cushion, so to speak. It feels almost the same though, to be honest with you. It could be because I have them laced up. I did wear the UA pair, okay? I did wear the UA pair, as you can see. You know, I did wear it a couple of times, 2 or 3 times. All right, this is the toe box here, okay? There's the UA pair. It's like butter soft, okay? But when I say it's butter soft, it's butter soft. All right, I'm pretty sure they made another version on the UA. On this UA, they made another version where they pretty much perfected or fixed that little widow's peak that I have there. You could barely see it though. Okay, that toe box is a little wrinkled here because, like I said, I wore it 2 or 3 times, so that might be the only big difference. But if you guys look how that's wrinkling up as I press down with my finger, you see how that wrinkles up? Okay, pretty much the same effect here. Okay, all right, trying to give you a little bit better detail here. As you can see, the toe box is practically almost the same. Okay, the toe box is practically almost the same here. Okay, like I said, there's a little bit more perforated holes there, however the hell you want to say it, perforated or whatever the fuck you want to call it. All right, it's just a fucking hole basically. All right, so you could get more breathability in the shoe. All right, so you got it here where it's a little small, and here it's just a little bigger and a little bit more uniform. But one thing I want to point out, like I said, I wore these like 2 or 3 times. Okay, so what I want y'all to go ahead and do is just focus on the cut here. There's only a little minor little widow peak there. Okay, you could barely notice it on foot, especially when you're walking. Okay, I got them laced up. It seems like the tongue is a little higher on the retail. Okay, but then again, that might be because I got them tied down and locked a little bit with the laces. But I think the retail definitely comes out a little bit higher. Okay, up to the collar, as you can see. And that definitely, you know, these, like I said, they come up here. Okay, it looks like on here it comes up to like the first hole, the lineup. Okay, this one, as you can see, the toe box is further back. the stitching back there, okay, and you got that first hole back here, so it's a little different, a little off, okay, as far as it being lined up. So that might be the little factor, definitely, when you're pairing up the tongue height up to the collar of the shoe, for a fact. Like I said, I wore these joints right here, okay. Okay, you got your retail to the left with the sizing, and your UA to the right with the sizing, okay. All right, so disregard me wearing them, but you see a similarity as far as the shape, but it's not as clean cut as this pair here, which is the retail. This is the UA. All right, there you go. You got that UA to the right, and you got that retail to the left. Okay, you can see the pattern, the type of material to make the insole was totally different. Like I said, I don't have a newer version of this UA. I'm pretty sure they made a UA that was more compatible to this retail pair that I have, okay? I wish I had a UA that was a little bit more compatible, but for the most part, you guys get what I'm showing. This is the inside part of the UA, okay? The one I have here is the UA. This is the stitching, as you can see. There goes the production date, okay? Production date of April 13th, 2016. And your end date is June 2nd, 2016, as you can see there. And this is definitely the inside of the retail, which is a little bit similar, okay, to that UA in the inside as far as the color shade and the stitching, more or less. The only thing I'm gonna point out is that on the UA, it basically is a little darker, and that bottom there, that bottom here is a little darker on the UA. Okay, I got a date, production date start of March 17th, 2016 to June 1st of 2016. Okay, basically on the UA, I had a date of April, look at it right here, April 13th, okay, and these say March 17th, okay. On the UA, it ended on June 2nd. These basically ended on June 1st, as you can see. So the dates are a little slightly off as far as when they started the production date, but the end date is pretty much the same, as you can see. Okay, the material on here, it's a little bit rough, but with that little cloth material. And on the UA here, it's a little bit more cushiony. Okay, it's a little bit more cushion there. This is the retail pair. Okay. This is the shade of the inside part of the shoe. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they made a UA that was a little bit more compatible to this retail that I have in hand. All right, one thing I wanted to point out here is that the quality on the sole, when you come to squeeze it, is a little bit more bendable. You see that give? Okay. All right, this is what you could do basically on a UA. You see that? I'm doing this with one hand. You see what I'm saying? All right. This is the retail, and I'm squeezing it. Okay, it ain't giving. You see that? You see what I'm saying? I noticed that when I first put on that UA as well. One thing I did notice, okay, like I said, I did wear these. As I'm looking, you got that Nike registered mark here All right, and it's a little different from this one here. As you can see, that R, that registrant mark is a little different from this R, which is a little smaller, as you can see. And that Nike with the swoosh is slightly, I think, smaller when you come to look at it. All right, so just keep that in mind. Okay. You're probably not going to pick it up, but this is like the little effect that I was trying to show you. You might see the camera's really not picking it up too good, but there was like a little slight blemish on the heel part that I was talking about in the beginning of the vid, which is not a big deal. You might see the abrasions on the heel right here as I speak. You see where my finger is at? Let me try to see if I could focus on that. There we go. Keep it there. All right, you see the abrasions right here? See that? Where my thumb, you see where my finger is going? All right, those were the marks that I was basically saying. You could barely tell, but it looked like Scoop was basically scratching the back of his heel up a little bit, looking for that that band mark. Okay, one thing I wanted to point out, even on the retails, the cuts are pretty much like the retail in my opinion, because you have that cut of leather. Okay, the cut of leather here is a little thick, which I don't know if you could I could get that. You see what I'm saying right there by the stitching in red? It's a little, reminds me of the UA, the way they cut the green of leather. Okay, what I mean by that is, you see how on the swoosh on the UA, it's a little bit tumbled. You see that? You see what I'm saying? See how they didn't cut it so great there on the corner, and it's almost like a dead giveaway. It was like kind of raw, a raw finish, but you kind of look at little things like that, and it kind of, you see, like this, it kind of pairs up with that retail, so to speak, where even on a retail, it's not always gonna be 100% clean cut with this tumbled leather. Okay, the quality of leather on both shoes is pretty much the same. As far as that tumbled effect and the actual leather that they used on both pairs, to be exact. One thing I wanted to also point out is that the stitching right here. Okay, like I said, I'm not gonna go into too much detail because I'm gonna try to do this on another video when I get the other retail pair. But I just want to show you a little snippet of what to look for. Okay. All right. See that? This is the UA. This is like the little imperfections that they did. This is the retail. I mean the UA pair right here, where they kind of like overlapped, so to speak, right there. Kind of overlapped a little bit. It wasn't as uniform and cut clean like it should be, but everything else is pretty much, they did a pretty much good job. See, there's the cuts here on the retail's a little bit more cleaner, but then again, you got that going on there too. So, and this is the retail, so it's not always going to be 100%, guys. Okay, one other thing I'm going to point out before I let y'all go is that this on the UA is soft after wearing it and breaking it in. Okay, and here, that smooth leather, I'm pretty sure is going to eventually break in, just like this UA pair, because it's like super soft on the UA. Here it's a little bit more stiff. but chances are it's gonna break in just like that UA pair eventually. The reason why I said that the retail came with the white pair of laces and the red pair and the black that was on the shoe is that I only got the black laces with the UA pair, okay? I seen footage, and I'm pretty sure you guys have seen footage where they have the white and the red laces on the UA pairs as well.